Storytime 16. This is the same girl from the previous stories, but I think this is a story that needed to be said too. I don't know how we found out that she had an STD. I don't want to say any misinformation, but the way I remember it, um, my ex lover ended up with chlamydia, which ruined his relationship with another girl. Because on their break, they they messed around. I don't. Well, I was with him when he confronted said girl. And I remember she was aware that she had an STD. And the most curable of all STDs, chlamydia. When confronted, like, I don't know why he asked why she would do such a thing. I just remember that her response, which was absolutely flooring. Her response was, at first, all we could get her to say was, because my father. Bitch, do you not know that people. Anyway, she said this, and then we got the rest of it out of her, which was, my father left my mother, therefore, I'm just going to infect everyone with chlamydia. Yes, by the way, you've realized that this is a felony to do this. She did it anyway, and how she got away with it. She got away with it because the people who she slept with were ashamed that they ended up with an STD. So they didn't say anything. Not a single person said anything when they got an STD from her. She infected a lot of people with it because her logic was, because her father left her mother, it was okay to infect everyone with chlamydia. Now, for those of you who think her piss ant idea is a good idea, let me tell you why that's a bad idea. For those of you who've actually had health class, you can pretty much fast forward this, but I guess I need to do a health class lesson for some of you. If you have an STD, especially chlamydia, because it's a bacterial infection, the longer you have it, the more likely it affects your organs after a while. It causes so much catastrophic issues when literally all you need is a shot and some antibiotics and it goes away. Chlamydia is the only bacterial STD that I know of. If someone wants to correct me, then go for it. But as far as I know, chlamydia is the only one. And it's the most curable of all of them. There's literally no excuse for what she did, why she did it, and to knowingly do it. None. I don't care if you're going to sit here and go, oh, she was young and she did this. No, fuck you. That's serious. But there's no way to actually prosecute her because no one actually reported anything she did. That's end of stories. I don't remember the number. I'll figure it out later on. Next story. There's another girl that I've been teasing for a couple stories now. I'm going to tell you a few of the stories that are most memorable to me. Some of these stories are actually quite traumatizing for me because she was psychotic. I've never met anyone more psychotic than this girl. But April, they're over an adult. They should be called a woman. No. Just like I call my ex lover a boy for how he acted, they were a girl for acting this way. A child. There was no excuse for the way I was treated with this one. So, this girl, I met her in college, same place. We were all friends, you know. My only crime is literally sleeping with someone that she liked, too, except I didn't know. She didn't tell me until she pretty much screamed in my face this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I met her when she was in a previous relationship that I don't wish to speak about because I think he was racist. But I don't want to get into that one. That's not what we're here for. When I met her, she got very angry with me that I was being buddy buddy with this guy, and I could never figure out why she was so angry when she was in a one on one relationship with someone else. A lot of these girls were already in relationships, and if it was a polyamory relationship, totally cool. Would have been like, yo, I can't be messing around with you type thing. No. These girls were already in a relationship when I met this guy. So, when things started to devolve, it was really weird because she was really weird when she started going out with the guy. I stepped back. I was like, nope, not dealing with, you know, adding myself as another into a mix type thing. So I stepped back. But she wasn't content with that. She hated my very being around our friend group. Now, mind you, she dyed her hair blue like mine and pretended like she was the one who did it first, and no one was believing her, but no one said anything because I don't know how you would react with someone psychologically imbalanced like that. I stopped being friends with a lot of you because she was just being psycho about a lot of stuff. I wanted to hang out with a lot of you back then, but I couldn't. In fact, a couple of you actually walked up to me and asked me to leave events because I was making her uncomfortable. She was always going to be uncomfortable. After that fiasco of their relationship, something went kersploinky in her brain, and she decided that she was going to sleep with every guy that I've ever slept with, have my sloppy seconds. But none of y'all really knew that because I was already living my life and already dealing with problems with my life alone. But here's the fucked up part. I was in a relationship that I didn't realize she had gone out with this guy before me. I wasn't told until months and months later that they had even messed around. In fact, how I found out was I was sitting on the couch with him enjoying a movie, and she opens the door like it's her own place. She's got a key and everything. And she gets pissed that I'm there. He explains it away, you know, But I actually get the truth from him. And the truth is, they went out for a week, and then she pretended that she needed to go run an errand at Walmart, which was true, took his keys for his apartment, and made a copy. And one day he came home to her doing his laundry, cooking and cleaning, playing house essentially, without his permission. And yeah, that relationship ended, like, gone. But she still had a key to our place. Well, we moved from that place, and I told my roommate not to give her a copy of the keys. Roommate is a lesbian, and this is the most fucked up thing I can think of that this girl went through. Like, the girl pretended to be a lesbian and led this girl on to get a copy of our house key. That's how fucked up in the head she was. Is. So now she's got a copy of my house key. This girl. It devolves even worse. Events happen where she comes to visit in my house, and then she decides to sit me down to have a conversation in my house, and proceeds to tell me this absolute psychotic bullshit. She proceeds to tell me that she is the master manipulator, and she is a voodoo witch doctor born and raised in Louisiana, and she would put a curse on me. Bitch, get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck is this shit? And she was like, don't worry, I still have a key so I can get in anytime I want. I was like, but you're not even invited. That's what you think. Your roommate really likes me. Ha 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 ha. And like, she walks off. At this point, you're wondering, why can't I get a restraining order? Let me tell you what the police tell me. The police tell me because she hasn't done actually anything to hurt me at this point, they can't really give me a restraining order against this person. I'm shit out of luck. Fuck me. I've got this psychotic bitch. By the way, she's not born and raised in Louisiana. She was born in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. But she was telling everyone that she was a voodoo witch doctor born and raised in Louisiana. The psychotic break in that one. But I digress. This devolves into one day, I wake up in my own bed while I'm sleeping to this girl literally whispering above me with roommate, arguing whether or not slitting my throat and making it look like my ex did it, or whether asphyxiation with a pillow would be better. They decide that how I survived was I pretended to be asleep. For anyone who wants to know, if you have someone in your house, do not jump up. Whatever you do, I know this is very hard. Do not jump up, and do not literally just make a scene about it, because that's how you end up dead. What you're supposed to do is lay still until you get an opportunity to make yourself safe. And that's what I did. They decided that they didn't like either of their ideas, so they were going to go into the roommate's room to talk. What way to murder me and make it look like my ex did it. I bring my cats in and lock the door and refuse to let anyone in. My ex comes home and they've got the police outside of my house saying that I'm having a psychotic breakdown and claiming that I've they're trying to kill me and whatnot. They're trying to get me to be kicked out of my own house, by the way. The police is actually falling for this shit until the police officer has a moment of clarity and goes, whose property is this? And I raised my hand up. I was like, she's not even supposed to be here. And the police officer says, you need to vacate the premises. Don't come back over here. No more. And the police officer stays until she actually gets in her vehicle, and actually the police officer follows her vehicle out of the neighborhood. I think the police officer had some sort of inclination that something was going on that wasn't right. Well, cue my friends. None of y'all believed me. Like, what the fuck? I was so mad. Do you know what made you believe me? Wasn't anything I said that she did. It was the fact that she fucking slipped up and snitched on herself. But here's the thing. No one wanted to not hang out with her anymore. She was psychologically imbalanced, and she was showing signs that she was going to hurt me. So what y'all did was invite her to another camping trip. This was the very last time we all hung out. I was very disappointed in all of you for this one. It took actually having to see her do this. But I digress. Let me tell you what she did. It's very well known that I'm allergic to all bugs that bite. All bugs. So what she does is everyone's around the campfire and we're eating snacks, drinking booze like we usually do. I'm not drinking shit. I need to be alert with this girl around. So I'm sitting next to the guy and like the leader of the campsite. And I say, what I need you to do is not make any sudden movements, but I need you to look at what she's doing to our tents. She went into my tent first, and I knew what she was doing. I was like, I guarantee you all my stuff is going to have ants. And he was like, how do you know? And I was like, because she knows I'm allergic to all bugs that bite. So we watch her, and we pretend that, so she goes into 3 other tents and sprays everything down with sugar water. And yes, we know it's sugar water. Everything was sticky. And she's not very smart for this one, but so as time goes by, I think it was several hours later, we go into our tents, and of course all my stuff is covered in ants. Only my stuff though, not my ex's. And then 3 other people tents that she went into also had ants too. So, and she's saying, "Oh, everyone, you shouldn't have set up your tent over an ant pile." Blah blah, ha ha ha. The camp guy now understands the situation a lot better, and tells her that she needs to pack her stuff up and leave immediately. So what she does after this is why no one can ever prove that she was part of friend groups either. Anytime she has a falling out with a friend group, when they find out what she really is, the psychologically imbalanced person she is, she deletes all photographic evidence that y'all were even friends at one point. That's how fucked up she is. And for a lot of this was literally because I slept with a guy that she liked, that she didn't have the balls to ask out, but when she did, it didn't work out. So she stalked me for a good while after that. The moral to all of this, when someone says they're in danger, don't take so long to figure that shit out. She really was going to hurt me. And I'm disappointed in a lot of my friends because y'all didn't see that coming. But at the same time, I can't be mad at you for not seeing that coming because she pretended to be normal. And that was what was the scariest part. She pretended to be normal. I really don't know where she's at now. All I know is she's still telling everyone she is a black voodooist witch doctor born and raised in Louisiana when this bitch is born from Atlanta, Georgia. I can't tell you the moral to the lessons for STD transfer because, to be honest, it's a felony. But the only time it's a felony is when people tell on you. And a lot of the victims out there, you need to stop being victims and be a lot more proactive and be survivors. You're a survivor, not a victim. You don't have to let the person who attacked you or did any of this disappear in obscurity or even let them hurt other people. You can do something more. How you can tell someone's not psychologically okay is they have an obsession with being normal. Obsession. He or she, they want to seemingly have the perfect life. They make it their mission to do everything right, like they're supposed to. And when they don't get the results they want, you'll see them get angry. And it's very uncomfortable. No, she never actually got in trouble for any of this. Because guess what? Back when this happened, not very many people thought about taking cell phone videos of her doing this stuff. I have a couple of photos of her still. But for those who know who I'm talking about, go check your photos. Because they might not be there anymore. Because she's pretending that she didn't actually was never a part of our group because there's no photographic evidence of it. This one was really heavy, so yeah. What you need to take from this too is be careful who you hang out with because they're not all that they seem to be. I'm not saying distrust everyone, no. But when you see something off, feel something off, dude, listen to that voice. That voice trying to save your life. I'm going to end it here because I'm getting kind of long. Thank you, everyone.